When you think about your next role at any point in your career, whether you're just starting out 22 years old or whether you're 62, it doesn't matter. You want to ideally find the intersection of three questions. And it's not up to the headhunter, the recruiter, the CEO to figure this out for you, right? If you're unclear on these things, get a career coach, work with ExecuNet, work with somebody to get clarity on these things. Because how can you write an advertisement for yourself if you're the product and we don't know how we're positioning the product? You couldn't write copy for a cereal box or a car or any other product unless we knew how we wanted to very uniquely position that product amongst the 500 million other products out there. So before you even spend time on your LinkedIn profile, I would encourage you to make sure you're super clear on these three questions. The first is, what are your gifts? And my definition of that is the same as in my book, Recruit Rockstars, which is, what are you with the top 5% at? I rarely find someone who's not gifted at something. It's important to know what yours are. And if you don't know, the best way to find out is maybe ask your spouse or partner or roommate, someone who knows you really well. But if that doesn't work, or they're biased, which they are, talk to all your former managers and say, you know what was I the best at? And they'll be pretty candid with you. And you might even be surprised that you thought you were terrible at something and they said, you know what, you weren't perfect, but you're better than anyone I've ever seen at it. That's a pretty good indication that that's a gift. And you may be lucky to have 1, 2, 3 of these. Question number 2, what do you love the most? Now this can be, what do you love doing the most, right? Launching new products, closing deals, whatever it might be, restructuring operations, or it might be a category, right? So I love pets, like the gentleman I talked to yesterday. And the third question, which is probably the trickiest, is how can I create value? What will people actually pay me to do? So it doesn't make much sense if I'm a top 5% underwater basket weaver and I love doing it, no one's going to pay me for it. So going down that path should probably be a hobby, not a career aspiration. And so when you want to think about the intersection of those three things and get such clarity on them, and by the way, it changes, it evolves over time. But no matter what age you are, no matter how long you've been working, I see people lose sight of this. And then it's not surprising when the reader, who only has 6 seconds and has 500 million other profiles to look at, reads a LinkedIn profile and it's just kind of a mishmash. It's not going anywhere. It's like a story. It's like one of those really crappy movies that just doesn't go anywhere. That's what you see. And when in doubt, I leave it out. So when in doubt, the reader's going to say, nah, I'll move on to the next one. They don't give you the benefit of the doubt because their ask is a 15 or 30 minute phone call or a video call. And that's a tough time to get.